Yes, guys, just going to tag everyone so they get a notification that we're live. 1 second, if the group allows me. Okay, so great, guys. So yeah, we're going to be doing a presentation tonight on mastering your macros. Okay, so you might have had a few emails off me the last few days promoting this event, and you might have seen a few posts in this group as well, just talking about the importance of being able to manage your nutrition. Okay, so macros. What are macros? Macros are basically a short sort of abbreviation for the term macronutrients, which stand for basically protein, fats, and carbs. Okay, so my aim in this sort of short webinar, we're not going to take up too much of your time. We're going to try and get straight to the point, not go into too much science. Just explain to you basically what you need to do to get to your goals. Okay, so whether you want to put on muscle, whether you want to lose body fat, we're going to try and help you leave today with a simple plan of attack on how to approach that. So what would be useful is to make sure that you've got a pen and a paper and your phone on you. All right, because you're going to need a calculator to work out some of the stuff on this, because obviously when it comes to calories and macros, we're talking about numbers, and you need to do a little bit of basic maths, right? You're not going to be Carol Vorderman by any means, but you do need to be able to do some simple sums, okay? If you want to leave this plan or this webinar or this live training, whatever you want to call it, if you want to leave that with your own personalized macros, then you're definitely going to need that. Okay, so I hope that that makes sense. So without further ado, let's crack on. Hopefully, guys, some of you know me. This group is growing all of the time, though. So whether you've been in this group for 6, 7, or 8 years, I think when I first launched it, or you've joined today, my name's Samuel Sullivan. I'm a gym owner. Got a gym in Cardiff called SOS Athletic Excellence. We've been running now for maybe our 10th year birthday in November. And I've been a personal trainer now for 16 years. And I specialize in, helping people get in shape. Obviously, nutrition plays a huge role with body composition, with physique-based stuff. But I help people sort of develop athletically, feel better, move better. And obviously, a big part of that is making sure that you've got good body composition, because if you're overweight, you're not going to move well. You're going to be more susceptible to picking up injuries. Things like back pain are going to be more prevalent as well, knee pain as well, if you're overweight and carrying too much body fat. So, although my specialty is sort of helping people move well and be very athletic, nutrition plays a huge role. And who doesn't want to look good and feel good? And nutrition is something that has a direct correlation with both of those things. Okay, so if there's any questions as we go, feel free to shoot. I've got my phone open here. I'm watching the live training. I'm about 30 seconds ahead of you just because how it streams. But any questions you have, feel free to ask. Okay, so cool. So before we go any further, guys, where are you all from? If you let me know whether you're from Cardiff or whether you're from Swansea or whether you're from Bristol or whether you're from abroad, just anyone that's watching live, let me know where you're from in the comment section. And what I know then is that you can hear me, and yeah, we can crack on then with the rest of this presentation. So in the comment section, guys, just comment where you're from, so I know who I'm helping and who's listening to me live, if that's possible. So yeah, hopefully you get a few comments in now. Cool. So we got Cardiff, which is great. Newport, good. So yeah, this group is mostly of people local to my gym, just because I've run a lot of Facebook ads over the years, and people that you tend to know and love and get to work with do tend to be locally. But we've got people in this group as well from Australia, from Chicago, from New Zealand. Some of those people originated from Cardiff, but they moved away. And yeah, Cardiff, Newport, Cumbrian, Cardiff. So most people that are on live are from South Wales, and that's probably because of the time zone. Okay, great. And Bevy's on. Great, Bevy. Hope you get a lot of information from this today. Cool. So that's awesome. People are pretty local. So, right, macros, what are they? So, like we said, guys, macros are your proteins, fats, and carbs. Alcohol is also a macronutrient. We're not going to talk about that one too much today, because if your goals are based on health, getting in shape, then all of your calories really should be coming from either proteins, fats, and carbs. Minimal intake should be coming from alcohol. Okay, but we can factor it in if we need to on a weekend and stuff like that. But protein, what are these? Protein's the most important macronutrient. It's the only essential macronutrient, and we need protein for detoxification, and we need it to survive. Okay, protein is a buildup of lots of essential amino acids. Essential being the word. We need them for health, for vitality, and to function. Okay, so protein is very, 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 very important. It is, well, it's not just important, it's vital. Okay, now fats, we shouldn't be afraid of fats. These play a big role in hormone production, so things like testosterone, all our androgen profiles. Okay, we're going to need them to stay hormonally healthy. And good fats also help us, obviously, with satiety as well. You can also make food really tasty, and there's different types of fats, but we want to be focusing on good fats, which can be seen as being very anti-inflammatory. Okay, and then carbs, these are basically for energy. Okay, but certain carbs, good carbs, also can contain a nice amount of vitamins, minerals, and nutrients, and you can really get a lot of good micronutrition from good carbohydrates. I'm talking about things like fruits and vegetables. But like I said, guys, this is not going to be a biochemistry webinar. We want to get into the nuts and bolts of helping you get your own nutrition plan. Okay, but a little bit more about protein. It helps with muscle repair. So if you're training in the gym, you are going to need to make sure you are getting your protein. It boosts your immune system as well and plays a big role in immune function. It's the most important nutrient for your overall health. Okay, numerous body functions carry oxygen to regulate enzymes. Your whole body thrives when it's in a protein-rich diet, and it helps fuel your goals. Okay, so if you want to increase muscle mass, you want to drop body fat, then protein is the ultimate ally. Okay, it's adequate intake supports muscle gains and helps you stay lean during fat loss. Okay, protein also has a very high thermogenic effect. What that means is your body's going to burn a lot of calories just digesting protein. Okay, so if you had a 1,500 calorie a day diet and you were quite consistent with that and you maintained that calorie intake, but you increased your protein intake, it'd be highly likely that you would increase muscle mass and probably drop some body fat and see some nice body composition changes. Even though your calories haven't changed, the energy intake has changed, because on a calorie energy, on a cellular level, your body's actually absorbing less calories because you burnt more calories in that digestive process. Think about chewing a steak and all the enzymes needed to break that steak down. It all burns energy. So protein has the highest thermogenic effect, which is another reason why if you work with me or the coaches that I employ, we all encourage a higher protein diet. Okay, cool. So we said about fats, again, hormone production, brain health, the satiety savers. Okay, so that you're going to feel really sort of comfortable after meals when you have a nice balanced diet of protein, fats, and carbohydrates. There's lots of nutrients in fats as well. Like we said before, they're anti-inflammatory. They can help a lot with insulin sensitivity, but not all fats are created equal. We want to make sure that if your goals, whatever your goals are, really, if it's muscle building or fat loss, we want to make sure that we are prioritizing the intake of anti-inflammatory, good quality fats that contain a nice bit of micronutrition as well. So think of things like nuts, avocados, olive oil. These are very, very good fats, and we want to avoid things like trans fats in Dunkin' Donuts or highly processed cakes and confectionery and stuff like that. But obviously, balance is key, and you can have those foods in your diet, but they shouldn't be the majority. They should make up a small minority of your daily calories. But certainly, I'm not a believer in labeling or tarnishing foods as good or bad. Everything's allowed on a diet, all right, or everything's allowed on a nutrition plan, but certain foods are probably going to be a bit more congruent with your goals than others. But yes, certainly everything is allowed. And I say that while I'm sipping my kombucha. Okay, so carbs, what are these? Carbs are basically the fastest and most abundant energy source. So yes, we can get energy from protein, we can get energy from fats, but carbs are stored in the muscle as glycogen. All right, they enter the bloodstream as glucose. Okay, and they get stored as glycogen. And glycogen is the body's preferred source of energy. Now, you can break down protein into glycogen via a process called gluconeogenesis, but it's not very effective. So if you had 2 chicken breasts and a steak before a workout, and you wanted to smash your workout, it's probably not the most efficient source, compared to having something that maybe, some complex carbs, maybe some white rice, maybe some fruit. That's going to get into your bloodstream as glucose a lot quicker. All right. And it's going to get stored as energy a lot more efficiently. Okay. So yeah, complex carbs are really, really good. But the leaner you are, the more effective you'll be at processing and dealing with higher glycemic index carbs. So, someone that's got diabetes is probably not a good idea having a big pack of jelly beans before the gym, but someone that's incredibly lean, you know, they certainly could have some jelly beans for the gym. And that's where the nutrition coaching has to come in, and a little bit of understanding with nutrition. But, you know, the basics can take you a long, long way. And the idea of tonight's webinar is to maximize and make sure we optimize those basics. So calculating your calories. Okay, now this is the most important part. So I just want to know, guys, on here now, if you're watching this live, we've got 14 or 15 of you live, so that's amazing. Just want to know, what are your goals? Okay, do you want extreme fat loss? If you do, comment extreme fat loss. Do you want steady fat loss? Are you looking to maintain your weight but maybe just tidy up your body composition? Are you looking for slow muscle building? All right, or do you want to put on muscle fast? Comment for me what your goal is. Is it extreme fat loss? Is it steady fat loss? Is it maintenance? Is it slow muscle building? Or is it extreme muscle building? Comment in the comment section for me, please. Okay. I can move my head out the way as well, but this bottom part here says extreme muscle building. Okay. So comment and let me know. Let's see where we are. So Bevy wants steady fat loss. Okay, perfect. Someone else wants steady fat loss, extreme fat loss. Others are maintenance. Good. So we've got cool, extreme fat loss, although I feel like the right answer should be steady fat loss. Okay, cool. That's Lana. I can see some of your names and other people I can't see. So I can see Lana and Bevy. So it's good, guys, that we've got people on here that want different things. Okay. Now, that's fine. All right. But what we're going to do now, we're going to go through this with you now so you can calculate where you are personally. All right. So, right. If you want extreme fat loss, you're going to have 10 calories per pound of body weight. Okay. Now, extreme fat loss is going to be an extreme calorie deficit. Okay. Now, the lower the calorie deficit, the harder it is to stick to. Okay. So, yes, you could be that person that loses loads and loads of weight in the first 7 days and 10 days. But if you're not very good when you're very, very hungry or hangry, should we call it? If you get hungry, then extreme fat loss may not be for you. Now, I've had people that are unsuccessful with extreme fat loss, but then when we've actually looked at how they've spent those calories, they've spent it on the wrong things. Okay, so all of these calculations are going to give you a calorie target. I've had guys that eat 4,000 calories a day who don't think that they can do 2,500 calories a day. But when you look at their nutrition plan, there's lots of peanut butter. They're using lots of calorie-dense foods that are not doing much for satiety. As soon as we tidy up their diet and start making them make better food choices, extreme fat loss for them is actually possible. Okay, and you've got to ask yourself as well, I'm not trying to force you into any one of these. If you want fat loss, would you rather diet for 3 or 4 months quite steadily, or would you rather go hard for 2 months? Okay. Now, it's a bit like driving a car. All right. The extreme version is driving fast. So there's more, it's harder to maneuver. There's going to be more challenges. Okay. The likelihood of a crash is higher. All right. So, like I said, I'm not trying to force you into either hand. And what I'd advise you to do is work out each one. If you want extreme fat loss, work out extreme and steady. If you want slow muscle building, work out slow and extreme. All right, just so you know, and you can see the slight differences. Because what we can sometimes do is you could maybe go Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, maybe extreme. And on a weekend, we could even bump you up to steady or maintenance. That's still going to be a deficit over the week. Okay, and this is getting a bit more advanced now. This is where the coaching can potentially come in for those of you that would seek that in the future. But yeah, extreme fat loss is 10 calories per pound. So, right, let's get this worked out. So you need to know your weight in kilos, guys. Okay, so whatever your weight is in kilos, times that for me by 2.2. Okay, so get your calculators out. Your weight in kilos times 2.2. I'll do mine for you now. I'm 88 kilos times 2.2. That gives me 193.6 pounds. Okay, so that's my weight in pounds. So give me a yes in the comments if you have worked out your weight in pounds. Okay, just so I know everyone is up to speed. Okay, I'm going to give you 30 seconds to do this. You need to know your weight in pounds. Kombucha, good for the gut. Yeah, you all got it? Okay, perfecto. Okay, amazing. So we've got your weight in pounds. Amazing. Now, times that, if you want extreme fat loss, by 10. If you're happy with steady fat loss, by 12. If you want maintenance, 15. If you want slow muscle building, 18. If you want extreme muscle building, 20. Now, with extreme muscle building, calories, basically all of these things, guys, are going to determine extreme fat loss and steady fat loss is going to mean your body loses tissue. Slow muscle building, extreme muscle building means your body gains tissue. Okay. This isn't a webinar where I'm talking to you about sleep and training, because, you know, you could be looking for extreme muscle building. We can work out your perfect macros. If you're training like an idiot, you're not doing things properly, and you're not sleeping, you're not going to build muscle. Okay, so let's just get that in for a start. You need to make sure that other lifestyle factors are all dialed in order for this to work. Okay, but we're just talking about nutrition for now. Right, we've all got it. Okay, perfect. Now, if you know your weight in pounds, yeah, then times it by 10, 12, 15, or whatever, and we've all got your targets. Yeah, perfect, amazing. So great. So let's just run through some examples. So let's just look at an 80 kilogram man or woman, doesn't matter. Okay, so this is worth looking at for you as well. It is worth doing all these calculations just to see where you are. Okay, now extreme muscle building, you know, it can also mean extreme fat gain. All right, if your calories are way too high, especially if you're eating shit and the wrong quality foods, you're going to potentially, you know, be putting on weight. So extreme fat loss is basically another term for extreme weight loss. Steady fat loss is steady weight loss. Maintenance is no change in weight. Slow muscle building is slow weight gain. Extreme muscle building is faster weight gain. Okay, that's the most important thing to realize. All right, but if we do get this nutrition dialed in right, and you're training properly, and you're active, and you're doing everything else pretty good, the weight loss should equate to fat loss. So we can see here with this 80 kilogram male or female, for extreme fat loss, she's going to need, or he's going to need 1,760 calories a day. Steady fat loss is around the 2,100 mark. Maintenance is around the 2,640 mark. Slow muscle building is around the 3,132. And then extreme muscle building is around the 3,500 mark. Now, these calories, they're based on the average person doing a minimum of 10,000 steps a day, all right, and weight training 3 days a week. Okay, this is data that I've used over the last 16 years of being a personal trainer. And if you stick to these calories, yeah, and also the other things we teach you in a minute, now the protein and stuff that goes with this. But if you're training 3 days a week with weights, now proper training with weights, I'm not on about curve classes or anything like that, or body pump or HIIT workouts. I'm on about proper weight training 3 days a week, and you're doing at least 10,000 steps a day consistently. So you average 70,000 steps across the week. We know the steps can average out high days and low days. These calculations will work. If you're eating 1,700 calories a day, you're not training, you're sitting on your backside all day, I'm not sure this will lead to extreme fat loss. In fact, it probably won't. Okay, so you need to make sure you're doing 10,000 steps a day consistently, and also you're training 3 days a week. If you're not, these calories might need to lower, all right? Because if you're only doing 1,000 steps a day, you might not get any fat loss of 1,700 calories. If you're an 80 kilogram female, you might need to go down to 1,600 or 1,500 or 1,400. But if you're doing 10,000 steps a day and these steps, these will work 100% of the time, okay? So yeah, hopefully you've got all them. If you want to take a picture of that, you can, or screenshot, then that's useful. Does everyone understand that? Okay, cool. Let's move on. Now, once you worked out your calories, which everyone has done, we now need to work out your protein. Okay, so out with those calories. We've got all those calories. Yeah, look at those calories as like a big bucket of water. We now need to start filling up this bucket of water with the most important thing, which is protein. Now, for fat loss, especially if you're dieting, if you're going to go for extreme fat loss, protein is going to fill you up more. Okay, so don't be that person who's like, Sam, mine says 1,400 calories, but you're only eating 40 grams of protein a day. No wonder you're going to be hungry. Okay, protein fills you up more than any other macronutrient. Okay, don't be that person that tries to do 1,400 calories and factors in a bottle of wine that does nothing for satiety, just sends your hunger hormones through the roof. All right, your diet is not going to work if you make those poor food choices. So I like clients to aim, especially when they're being aggressive, especially when they're on fat loss journeys, to aim for 2.25 grams of protein per kilo. Now, I know the last calculation was pounds, but go back to kilos. So our 80 kilo male or female is going to aim for 180 grams of protein a day. So work out your weight in pounds, in kilos, sorry, and times it by 2.25. Now, you can go above that, okay? And if you fall a little bit below, it's not the end of the world. All right. But if you can start hitting around this number within 5%, above or below consistently, then you're doing good. Now, you can go up to 2.5 grams per kilo, 2.6, 2.7, but that's more for people that are training like multiple times a day, or people that want like not just extreme fat loss, but they're looking at doing like protein modified sparing fasts, which are like 7 to 14 day diets where you just literally eat protein. You lose a shed ton of weight, but it is not sustainable at all. All right. In fact, it's like living hell. All right. So we can go higher under special circumstances, but that's normally where you'd work with a general practitioner, a GP, and you're modified, you're monitored in a hospital, and with extreme obesity, it can be done. Okay. But yeah, so you've got your weight in kilos. Has everyone got their weight in kilos and times it by 2.25? You all got your protein intake? Yeah. Now let me know. Are you eating that much protein at the moment, or are you a bit less? All right. Most people that want to lose fat don't eat enough protein. They end up using calories and other things like, yeah, you've all got it. Okay, amazing. Okay, any questions, guys? Feel free to ask. But we've got your calories, we've got your protein. Now, if you just do those two things, okay, you're going to be doing amazing. All right, you should lose body fat by sticking to your calories and hitting your protein. Okay. Now, the rest of the calories could come from whatever you want to. All right, but if they come in from the wrong foods, you're going to be hungry. Okay, think about having, imagine you didn't have any vegetables all day. The 300 calories of vegetables, which is probably say 500 or 600 grams of vegetables, that's going to do really good for filling you up. All right, unless you say you had 600 calories in the day of 4 or 5 pieces of fruit. Yeah, but instead of having those 4 or 5 pieces of fruit, you add 2 or 3 teaspoons of Nutella. Okay, you're not going to be able to stick to this diet long term if you make the Nutella choice. You might be able to do it short term, but after a week, you're going to be starving. Okay, and you're going to give in and you're going to eat a cheesecake or something like that. All right, because you didn't manage your hunger appropriately. So food choices are going to be key with this. But if you just did your calories and just did your protein, in theory, if you could stick to the calories long term, you would succeed, or most people would succeed. There's always a few exceptions to the rule, but yeah, most people would succeed if you did it for long enough. Okay, now fats. We spoke about fats. They are important, guys, for your hormones and stuff like that. We don't want to be messing with your hormones. If women start messing with their hormones, their menstrual cycles can get messed up, and we don't certainly want to be doing that. Okay, and inflammation can ramp up in the body as well. So I like, all right, my clients to have 1 gram of fat per kilo of body weight. Okay, I'm a big fan of that. Okay, especially if you contain a lot of body fat around the midsection, carbs are going to not be the best thing for you, in my opinion. And you can really improve your insulin sensitivity by having a higher protein, higher fat diet. Okay, it's also going to help with drive and the neurotransmitter dopamine, which is the neurotransmitter of drive. So a higher fat, high protein diet is key, especially in the morning. Okay, I'm not a huge fan of having carbs in the morning for most of my clients, especially when fat loss is the goal. Okay, so yeah, work out your fat content. So you should all have your calories, you should all have a protein target, and then you should have a fat target. Okay, so the fat one's the simplest one, 1 gram of fat per kilo of body weight, and the protein is 2.25 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. Now, have we all got that? Okay, amazing. Now, this is where the tricky part comes in. Not so much tricky, it is quite simple, but people can get confused with this. Now, with your protein, okay, so I'll just go back one. If you look at protein here, yeah, 180 grams of protein is 720 calories. So however much grams of protein you're on, times it by 4. Okay, so if you're on 200 grams of protein times 4, that gives you 800. 150 grams of protein times 4 gives you 600. That's the amount of calories in the protein that you need to make this macronutrient diet work. Okay, so you got your protein in grams. You then need to make sure you've got your calories as well, because you need to work out then how many calories you've got left at the end. Okay, because that's going to be your carbohydrate consumption. So you've got your calories, we've got your protein target, times that protein target by 4, work out the calories for that. Okay, and then with your fat target, yeah, 1 gram per kilo, times that by 9. Okay, this is why fats can be a little bit dangerous if you're not tracking. There's 9 calories in 1 gram of fat. There's 4 calories in 1 gram of protein. So yeah, Lana just mentioned Nutella. If you're eating Nutella off the spoon, you can do 500 calories easy in no time at all. You won't even realize you've done it. Whereas 500 calories of chicken, like, is gonna be so difficult to do. Okay, so this is where, like, intuitive eating and things like that, you've got to be careful. If you are eating certain foods that are really easy to eat and contain a lot of fats, your calories can be like sky high. So if we all got your calories for protein and fats, I'll give you about 10 more seconds to work that out. You should all have your proteins for calories and fats. Okay, cool. Yes, that's amazing. Now, the rest of your calories are going to come from carbs. Okay, so let's go back to our 80 kilogram male or female. He wants fast fat loss. So his calorie target is 1760. All right, you've all got your own individual calorie targets. The protein goal for the 80 kilogram man is 180 grams. We times that by 4, which is 720 calories. The 80 kilogram man has 1 gram of fats per day, which is also 720 calories. So his protein goal is 720. His fat goal is 720. It's amazing how that worked out the same. Okay. So in total, his fats and protein allowance is 1,440 calories. All right. So you need to work out your total protein and fat calories. All right. You should have a number for that. Now, that number we're going to take away from your calorie target. So here we're going to take 1760, which is the total calories of the day. We're going to take off the fats and protein calories, which is 1440, and that leaves us with 320 calories remaining for carbohydrates. Okay. Now, there's 4 calories in 1 gram of carbohydrates. So divide that number that's left, the calorie number, by 4. Okay. And that gives you 80 grams of carbs per day. So the macros would be for this individual that wants fast fat loss. Okay. 180 grams of protein, 80 grams of fats, and 80 grams of carbohydrates. That would be the fast or stroke extreme fast. That would be the fast fat loss example. Okay, so you got fast fat loss, you got steady fat loss. All right, so that's the more extreme fat loss. All right, so it'd be 1,760 calories, which is quite low. Yeah, it's very low. It's very aggressive for an 80 kilogram male. That's why it's extreme. It's going to be putting him in a huge deficit. But with 180 grams of protein per day, 80 grams of fats, and 80 grams of carbs, if he uses those calories wisely, he should be able to make this work and be able to stick to it for a reasonable amount of time to see that extreme fat loss. Does everyone understand that? Have we all got our calories and macros worked out, guys? Okay, I'll just get rid of my face so you can see. Yeah, there we go. That's how we work it out. Okay, so you should all have your calorie target. We've worked out your protein. We've worked out your fats. Yeah, we've worked out the calories for your protein, the calories for your fats. We've added that together. We've taken it away from your calorie target for the day. That's left us with a certain amount of calories. We're going to divide those calories by 4, and that gives you your carbs for the day, right? If you've worked it out, post in the comment section. I want to make sure you've done it right. Okay, I want to make sure you've done it right, because if you've ended up with 200 grams of fats, 1,000 grams of carbs, yeah, I've got a bit of a duty of care here. I don't want you all to end up 3 stone heavier in 3 months' time, and you blaming this webinar. Okay, if you want to post it in the comments, I can just make sure it looks good to me. Okay, and I should be able to see then whether that's fast fat loss, extreme fat loss, steady fat loss, maintenance, based on if I know who you are. So post that in there, and I can see if you're doing it right. There's a little bit of maths involved. I would say to you though, if you've gone for the extreme fat loss, it might be worth working up the steady fat loss as well. But just because certain days might not be days where you can hit a home run and be really aggressive. You might have social occasions, buffets, things like that, where you might not be totally in control of what you're eating. And then giving yourself an extra 200 or 300 calories, but still staying on that same path should help you. All right. So yeah, has anyone commented? No one's commented yet. So I did give you the chance, guys. All right. If anyone messes this up, it's on you. All right. So you are. We got a few here. So protein 190, fats 84, carbs 454. Okay. So I'm guessing that's going to definitely be a muscle building plan. 454 calories from fats, from carbs. Sorry, that's 454 times 4. You're eating 1,800 calories of carbs per day. Okay, so this gentleman here, or whoever it is, I can't see who it is. It says Facebook user. He's having 1,800 calories of carbs. All right, which is a lot. 84 times 9. Yeah, 756. Yeah, so it's a lot of calories. You're up to, you're close to the 4,000 calorie mark there. Okay, so that's definitely going to put you into a surplus. Here, 200 grams of protein, 88.9 grams of fat, 88.9 grams. Yeah. So I know that this person weighs 88.9 kilos just because of the fats. That's a really good way of working this out. Yeah, looks good to me. 200 grams of protein, though, that's going to be a challenge for you. All right, and that's great. You know, what I would say is you're going to struggle to get that across 3 meals. You're going to need to try and get 4 meals of 50 grams of protein each to make sure you get that. You can't be this person that gets home at night and thinks, oh, I've only had 20 grams of protein, because you're going to literally need to eat a cow. All right, so that's not gonna work for you. So you got to be careful with that. Here, protein 252, fat 123, carbs 100. Now, what I would say with this lady here, we know, I don't know the who this is, but we know the weight, 123 kilos, because that's how it works out. 252 grams of protein is probably a little bit too high. And this is where the coaching comes in. I'd lower this to 200 because that's going to save you 400 calories. Okay. And I'd lower your fats to 100 as well. Otherwise, your calories are going to be too high. Okay. Because 123 times 9, that's 1100 calories of fat. Okay. Plus 400. You got 1500 calories there alone, plus another 1,000. 2,500 calories. Yeah, okay, that's a lot of calories if you want to lose weight. Now, if you want to gain weight, that could work. Okay, that could work if you want to gain weight. So I don't know your goal, all right, but this is probably looking more like a muscle building plan for me. But if we lower that to 200, we lower your fats to 100, that's a good place to start. And we can then manage your weight on a weekly basis by weighing regularly, doing your photos, hitting your steps, and then we can micromanage where this is too high. If it's too high, all we do is every week is we pull calories away. Okay, so that's cool. Still working it out. Go on. All right, come on. You have plenty of time. Right, another one here. Protein 720. Yeah, that's perfect. Yep, looks good to me. Yep, looks good. So we got protein 180 grams, fat 80 grams, carbs 168. Yep, looks like a really good place to start. Okay, weight 10 stone. 140 pounds, looking for fast fat loss, please help. Okay, so yeah, this webinar will help you. We should be able to do this. Okay, Lana's is here. Protein 180, fat 90, carbs are the rest, Lana. So 180 times 4, that's going to give you 720 calories. 90 times 9 is 810. Okay, so add those together, the 810 plus your protein, and I don't know what your calorie target is, so you're going to take that away from your total calories. You should have calories left for carbs. Divide that by 4, gives you your carb intake. Okay. Here we go. Okay. Yeah. Whoever this is, you're doing it wrong. Okay. If your protein is 856, you're doing it wrong. Okay. That means that you've got to have 3,500 calories of protein a day. It means your fats would be 8,000 calories. All right, this is about a 15,000 calorie diet here. So wherever that is, you're doing it wrong. So probably go back and watch. Okay. So yeah, most of you seem like you're on the right track. Obviously, this webinar is going to be here for you for a little while anyway to go through it. All right. So yeah, if you're struggling, watch it again. And then what you can do then is these calories. Yeah, you can use an app called MyFitnessPal or Chronometer to track these calories. Okay. So if you're having some butter on your toast in the morning, no problem. You've got to measure that butter, 10 grams. We put that into MyFitnessPal. That's going to give you 90 calories for the butter. Okay, if it is 10 grams. Most people think it's 10 grams. They'd actually put on 20 grams and they're having 180 calories. And this is where people think they're doing well with their nutrition, but they're not tracking accurately. They're guesstimating, and guesstimating doesn't work. Okay, so hope that works. Yeah, but yeah. So there we go. That's it looks like most of you are on the right track. So well done. Okay, so we've worked yours out now. Yeah, we've worked out your calorie goal is going to be between 10 and 20 calories per pound based on your body weight. We've worked out your protein goal, 2.25 grams of protein per kilo. If you're a vegan or vegetarian, look, we need to be realistic. We might need to lower this target. That's fine. Adherence to the program is most important long term. Calculate your fat loss goal. I like to start around 1 gram per kilo. It doesn't have to be 1 gram. It can be less, but let's start there. And then the carbs make up the rest of your calories. Okay, and then we can get stricter with this as well. We can say that your carbs have to come from green veggies, fruit. Okay, they're things that I would do as well if you really wanted to speed up your fat loss. I wouldn't really want these calories or the rest of the calories come from chocolate and cake and crisps. We want to make sure the foods you eat in are going to, serve you in terms of your immune system and your micronutrition and that satiety as well. The more extreme you go with the calories, honestly, the more aggressive the target, the better your food quality needs to be, because it needs to fill you up. Okay, these are a few guys that we've helped, with sort of the fat loss and then the muscle building. So, you shouldn't always, if you're on extreme fat loss now, you shouldn't always be on extreme fat loss. The idea is the stronger you get, the leaner you get, the fitter you get, the more fat that you lose, we can start then hopefully looking at building some muscle as well. So most people, when they start, they tend to have a sort of pyramid shape where, they haven't got much muscle on top. A lot of the weight is around the midsection. You can see Phil here, even Lewis here, and Reese. But then over time, what happens is we start building up these shoulders. Look at this, the shape on this guy. Yeah, amazing. I've been coaching Lewis online for a good couple of years now, and Reese as well. Okay, so the idea is over time that your calories do build. Muscles are calorie burning machines. The more muscle mass you have, the stronger you have, the more training you do, the more active you get, the more calories you're going to require. And here's a few of the girls we helped as well. Amazing results here. We did this over sort of eight months, which is remarkable with Tanya. Mandy as well. Look at the body fat loss. Like, even though she's over 60, she wanted a six-pack at 60. And we've helped Jane as well. Zoe's done a great job coaching Jane and building up your calories now. Once the fat is lost and you've got that sort of flatter tummy, the aim then should be to build calories, to build that muscle. That's the goal. Okay. Now, hopefully you're all sorted. Yeah, go back and work yours out. Okay, let's just have a little look here. If people, go back and work it out if you're struggling. So you need 1,386 per day. Then based on the number mentioned, you need your macros to be protein, fat, carbs. There we go. So it looks like someone's helped work that out, which is great. Now, look, if anyone needs any help, feel free to message me. What I've been doing lately is we have a very, very nice piece of software. I'll see if I can show you now. Let's just see if I can do this. It might not let me, but let's just see. Okay. Okay, let's see if I can do this. Here's something I do for all my clients. Can you all see this, guys? Can you all see this? This is pretty sick, to be honest with you. It's pretty amazing. Now, what we can do, if you need any help with this is something that I do for all of my clients. It makes food fun. It makes it interesting. Look, I can give you a boring meal plan if you want to, but meal plans don't work. Really, teaching you how to manage your nutrition your best is key, because if I give you a meal plan and you're going out for a meal and you can't order your meal on the menu, you're going to get stressed, you're going to get anxious, and I haven't really taught you anything. But this is something that we do for all of our clients at the gym, and I do for a lot of my online clients as well that want a bit of flexibility. What we can do is we can set up a meal plan. So let's just say my calories, say I'm going to go aggressive fat loss. We'll go back to our 1,800 calories. I want extreme fat loss. I want 4 meals a day. And I want 1 sample day. Okay, I'll go 2 sample days. All right. I don't get on very well with carbohydrates, so I'm going to go for a high protein diet. I don't want any gluten in my diet because it doesn't work too well with me. And I want to go paleo, which is real food, a bit like we do on our 6-week challenge, getting people eating real food. I'm a big fan of that. But you can do vegan, vegetarian, all that kind of stuff. The software does this for us, okay? I don't want to have any gluten. I like a bit of cheese, so I'm going to keep dairy in there, but I don't like soy, okay, for example. Okay, so edit, confirm. What this does then is, look, it's going to spit me out 2 days, because I asked for 2 days. And what I can do then is I can click the refresh button. I can think, right, what do I want for breakfast? I want a smoothie. So I'm going to put a smoothie in there. In work, I want something easy that I can take to work. So I'm going to make these egg bites. So I'm going to meal prep my meals on a Sunday. Then this first meal here, this meal here could be like an afternoon meal. Look, we could do 3 meals a day if it's easier, but whatever works for you. I might want to have something I can prep and take with me. So it could be these salmon patties. These work really, really well. They're very high protein as well. And the evening meal, I might want to have something really tasty. You are stuffed sweet potato. That looks good. Okay. Now, with all of these meals, the benefit of this is we can click on it. It gives you a little video, shows you how to cook it. You can see this video is like 2 minutes long, but it shows you exactly how to make it. So if you're not the best in the kitchen, it gives you some visual aids to help you. Okay, so that's there. The benefit as well is you've got your calories here and your protein. All your macros are on here. If you're making for the family, we can change the servings based on how many you want to. When I change these servings, it'll amend the ingredients. Look, see how it amends it all? All right, so you can easily make this for the whole family, or you can meal prep if you want to have 10 servings of it. There we go. That could be your meals done for the whole week. And it also gives you the directions to cook as well. All right, it's all on there for you. All right, and it's all done. You can do that across all your meals. You can change them all if you need to. And obviously, if you want to go more aggressive, we can just manipulate these calories. We can go lower, we can go higher. If 1800 is not working, we can change to 1700, edit it, confirm, and it'll just change all the portion sizes for us automatically. Okay, and you can have 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, 2 meals, 3 meals, 4 meals, 5 meals, as many meals as you want to. Paleo, vegan, vegetarian, pescatarian. We can do all of that for you on here. So once you know your calories, it's up to you how we go about doing it. Yeah, baby, we can get you this. Yeah, we can get you this sorted, girl. No problem at all. All right. So yeah, hope that's useful for you as well. Now let's just go back to our presentation just to finish off. Here we go. Cool. So if you want any help, guys, with that, let me know. It's something we do for all the people that train me online and in the gym. We just take all the hassle away. But you've got your macros now. You've got your calories. You're more than welcome to start, being more aware of your food and trying to stick to those calories every day. One tip I would say is make sure you put your calories in the morning of the meal or the morning of the day, because you don't want to be that person that's at the end of the day, you're putting all your calories in, you realize you've gone over. Okay, you've got to put in the day. Why not put in before and get yourself organized? There's no excuse to go over then. If you've gone over, you can pull some food out, maybe take this away, have cauliflower rice instead of brown rice, or swap white rice for quinoa. Make those small changes. Okay, use calorie-free spray instead of olive oil. You can just make those micro changes, guys. Okay, just by putting it in before. But MyFitnessPal is great. Cronometer is great. They're both fantastic apps. Okay, so hopefully I've done a decent job. And you've all got your calorie targets now and your macro targets. Okay, remember the most important thing is calories and protein. They're the most important things. If your carbs are a little bit higher and your fats are a bit lower, that's not the end of the world. The most important thing is calories, protein, hitting those daily steps, and getting in those 3 to 4 weights workouts a week. The next thing then, if you want to go things a little bit deeper, is making sure you stick to your fats and carb intake. Obviously, making sure you're hitting 80%, 90% of the calories should be coming from real food. All right. Then the next level then is making sure that that protein target, we're splitting it across the day evenly. We're not having it all in big bolus doses. If you want to maintain muscle mass, especially on a lower calorie, more extreme deficit, having protein through the day is going to maximize muscle protein synthesis. Same as on a muscle building plan as well. We want to keep muscle protein synthesis nice and high. And also, remember, this is just a place to start. If you follow this for 2 weeks, extreme fat loss, and you've only lost 1 pound, we need to look at your calculations, look at your activity. Are there certain things we need to change? I would suggest yes. If you've only lost 1 pound after 2 weeks, then you're probably not on the right calories if you want extreme fat loss. All right. Okay. And whoever that person was that's having 10,000 calories a day with their calculations, do your maths again, because you're going to put on a lot of weight on that plan. Okay. Hope that was useful. Any questions though, guys, let me know. There's one question just come up here. I went for slow muscle building. Does the gram of protein fat per kilogram body weight change in the comparison to a fat loss goal? No, I keep protein the same. Whether your goal is muscle building or fat loss, there's only a certain amount of protein that you need a day. This is sort of the higher end of the threshold. If you think about it, that, even though someone wants to lose weight, they don't want to lose muscle. If you lose muscle, you're going to lose functionality. And if anything, the person that is in a deficit, they should probably have slightly more protein in a way. If you're going to argue which one's most important, I'd say protein's more important for someone that is in more of an extreme deficit. Okay, carbohydrates are muscle sparing, so carbs will help you maintain muscle mass if protein's low. All right, but the person that's dieting hasn't got much carbs in their diet, so they're going to need protein even more. So protein doesn't need to be any higher. Really, it could go a little bit higher, up to like 2.5 grams per kilo. I'm not saying it wouldn't help a little bit, but that would only be the case if you're training like maybe like 4, 5, 6 days a week, maybe doing some double days. You're taking a lot of your sets like beyond failure. You're training really, 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 really hard, which you should be doing anyway. But I'm on about like training super, super, super hard, forced reps, negative reps, things that are going to be causing a lot of muscle trauma. If you was doing that, then we could argue that there's potential to have a bit more protein. If you're a hungry person as well, you get hungry even in a big surplus, then again, potentially more protein is going to help with that satiety. So, start here. Let's see if your weight is going up on a fat loss journey, on a muscle building journey. We want to be gaining no more than 0.5% body weight a week. So if you're 100 grams, if you're gaining more than 0.5 kilos per week, then there's going to be a lot of that weight is going to be fat. All right. You don't want to be putting on more than 0.5% of your weight a week. So if you're an 80 kilogram guy, 0.400 grams per week. If you're a 100 kilo guy, 0.5 grams or half a kilo, 500 grams a week, etc. So if you're putting on more, from experience, mate, I've done dirty bulks in the past where I've just tried to eat everything. And what happens is if you start gaining weight really, really quick, there's a lot higher chance you're going to be putting on fat. There's only a certain amount of muscle your body can put down per week. Okay, so yeah, just make sure you're not gaining any more weight than 0.5% of your body weight per week. If you're gaining more than that, then you probably need to pull calories slightly. You want your weight to go up slowly. If your weight's flying up, you're definitely putting on fat because there's only so much muscle you can put on unless you take in, obviously, assistance. And we're talking about illegal, steroids and stuff like that then. And obviously, we don't want to be going down that route because of the health implications. Okay, so yeah, any questions, guys, feel free to ask. If anyone wants any more information about the app, if anyone's local to Cardiff and wants to lose weight, then let me know. We've got a great gym on Lambie Way. We run 6-week challenges, guys, where we take care of all of this for you. So if you want me to take care of all this for you, all of your nutrition, we take care of all of your training. Our 6-week challenge comes with a guarantee that you'll drop between 6 to 8% body fat. If you don't drop that 6 to 8% body fat, and you are coachable for the program, you come at least 3 days a week to the workouts, we'll give you every single penny back. We've not had to do that with anyone ever. So if you come 3 days a week and you follow the plan and you're coachable, you will lose the body fat, okay? Because it's simple, all right? You just got to do the work and you get the result. So if you're interested in the challenge or coaching, just comment challenge. I'll drop you a little DM, guys, later on this evening or tomorrow, and we can have a little chat about that. But thanks for tuning in. Really appreciate it. Last little favor from me, guys. If you found this useful and you know anyone that wants to lose weight and needs a bit of help and guidance, feel free to invite them to the group. You can add them to the group. It's a free group, and I'm going to be doing these webinars now once every couple of weeks on different topics just to help you guys, okay? I'm a big believer in the more you help other people, the more you can help yourself, all right? And if I'm giving you all this free content, if you ever do need any extra help, hopefully you'll reach out to me for that. But there's no pressure on that. It's just a case of me trying to help you. And I know in that process, I'll be helping myself. All right, guys. So have a nice evening and speak to you all soon.